Now the question with our Arjuna is asking in the 12th chapter is, Krishna, you said people who travel the path of nameless, formless inquiry into the truth, either Atma Vichara, Brahma Vichara, whatever it is, you said they attain you. And then he's going to show Vishwarupa Darshana to tell, Vishwarupa means a cosmic form of Bhagavan. And he's going to tell Arjuna, Arjuna, if you do every act of yours for me, if you think I am supreme, and if you want me as the goal, and if you love me with all your heart, you shall attain me. No, Bhagavan has shown two distinct paths now here. Arjuna wants to know not the difference between which is greater, jnana or bhakti. Never. That's absolutely a wrong question to ask. That's not what Arjuna is asking. Arjuna is asking the path of devotion, the path of devotional service to you, Krishna, who is Parthasarathi, who is Chaturbuja Vasudeva, who is also Virat Swarupa, doing worship to your name and form. Do those yogis who are seeking the truth in that path, do they know yoga better? Or are they more adept in yoga? Or people who worship in form of seeking the truth of consciousness? The people who are doing inquiry, you said they also attain you, na? So are they a better adepts or better knowers of yoga? Tesham ke yoga with tamaha, not tesham ke yoga with taraha, with tamaha. Tell me who knows the supreme path of yoga, these two. Which of them you think is a better knower of yoga? See, that's the question. We have to do all this introduction to see the significance of Arjuna's question. And this is a very important question because he's asking who is the best knower or best practitioner of yoga? The one who does worship in form of Bhakti Margam, or one who does the worship in form of Jnana Margam. Both have not realized. Both are seeking to realize. Both are only paths. So he's asking for a person who is still traveling in the path, which of these two persons who are traveling in two different paths are better practitioners, or better knowers, or better, yoga mitama, better knowers of yoga. You see, that is the beauty. And it's a very important question because each chapter when we end, what do we say? Om Tat Saditi, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Shu, Upanishatsu, Yoga Shastre. This whole Shastra is Yoga Shastra. So since the 18 chapters, 700 slokas, everything constitutes the scripture for yoga. This question is yoga better? And Bhagavan is going to answer. And so the entire Gita Shastra's answer is there in our Bhagavan's answer. Right? So it's a very significant question. And generally, people divide Bhagavad Gita into three parts. The first 6 chapters talks about action, karma, which is all there. It's called karma shadgam. Shadgam means 6, the group of 6, samuha of 6. The first 6 chapters primarily, of course it talks about Jnana Bhakti also. Primary focus of the first 6 chapters is how do you look at karma? How do you manage karma? How do you do karma yoga? How do you use karma to uplift rather than drown in transmigratory existence? The second 6 chapters, which is from 7th chapter to 12th chapter, is called Bhakti Shadgam. It talks about devotion. It talks about bhakti. And the last 6 chapters talks about Jnana. It is called Jnana Shadgam, or wisdom is the last 6 chapters topic. So here, at the culmination of Bhakti Yoga, or the Bhakti Shadgam, our Bhagavan Sri Krishna is talking about Bhakti Yoga. And here, instead of telling us the details about how to do Bhakti, which we have to find out from Bhagavatam, Bhakti Sutra, etc., He talks about the general outlines of this path of bhakti, and he's talking about how much that bhakta is very dear to him. Yo me bhakta samay priyaha. So that is the significance of this question. Now, where did this question come, and what led him to this question is what we will see today, right? So the first 6 chapters he talked about karma yoga. Most of us know karma yoga, but I'll give you a very short brief. Karma yoga means karmanyevadikaraste. We do it as for a person in jnana upasana. Karma yoga means I have this body, I have prarabdha karma, till this body drops and I understand, realize myself, karma cannot be escaped. So whatever comes to me, edrichaya, unasked, I shall forbear, titiksha, I shall forbear it. Why? Because these are the intermediary stuff which I have to forbear so that my goal is attained. So for him, karma is done as a duty. Karma is done as a seva. And he's constantly saying, let all this work with all this, I am totally disconnected from that. Like a witness, I shall do what needs to be done. And when somebody is rebuking me, for example, I see that the rebuke came from insentient mind, from a different insentient mind. It is affected by an insentient mind of mine, which both are jadam, oru jadam, unor jadata adichirukku. You see? And because of that, I am not going to be bothered, because that which is jadam is actually creating a problem for me. And if I take it is my problem, then I am accepting jadam as chaitanyam. And this is how every moment awareness of when somebody is rebuking, what is it? It's just sound waves coming from a jadam. And it is received by another jadam called my ears. And now it is collected by the mind. And mind is going here and there. What is this mind? It is also a jadam. I am unconnected with all these things. You see? Practically speaking, if you have a sharp object in the road, naturally you will move around and go. Na? So even those people who are following the path of self-inquiry won't want to be rebuked by people. They will find their way to protect themselves. But anything which happens in their life don't leave ripples in their mind, because for them the mind is also jadam. That mind which created the rebuke is also jadam. And I am Chaitanyam. And if at all there is another person standing out there, the real Swarupa, the real intrinsic truth of that person is also the same Chaitanyam. I am no different from him. If my own teeth bite my tongue, whom shall I blame? What should I do with it? I just forbear it. Right? Can I curse my teeth? Then I realize teeth is also me. Then tongue is also me. For Ajnani. Even for an Ajnani, when the tongue is bit by the teeth, who will chide who there? So I have to forbear. So, likewise, he understands that teeth is also a part, tongue is also a part. Teeth, which is his mind, and his words, is now biting tongue, which is the mind and the words or the listening capacity, which is associated with me, but I am not going to be associated with it. But karma, first, and for a bhakta, karmanyevadikaraste mafaleshu kadachana means I shall do karma because my beloved Lord is filled with love. He has done so much for me. He has filled me with so much kripa. I shall do karma for his prithyatam. Why? Because Bhagavan said, Shruti Smriti Mamaiva Ajna. I have ordained you to do all these things as per the scriptures. Out of the love, out of the respect I have for my beloved, I shall do karma, not for me. And I shall execute the karma with a clear cognizance that it is Krishna Kripa which makes me understand things. It is Krishna Kripa which makes me work. My hands work because Krishna as Antaryami is inside. So by Krishna Kripa, I shall execute work. And the fruits of the work, why should I want? I am doing it as Krishna Seva, Krishna Arpanam. Finish. This is the first 6 chapters in the viewpoint of Karma Yoga for a Upasaka or a person who is following the path of form, who is following Saguna, who is following devotional service, Bhakti Margam. And I already told about Jnana Margam. And now for Bhakti for Saguna Bhakta is the real Bhakti, where he says, Krishna is beautiful. I shall constantly sing him. Krishna is compassionate. I shall constantly remember his compassion. For a person going in Jnana Marga, for him it is purely, how do I constantly abide my mind? I passionately, with devotion, seek the source of the mind, not as a who am I, who am I, but as a passion, but as a devotion. And I want to know that spirit of inquiry, that thirst of inquiry. That's the viraham for a person going in the path of self-inquiry and jnana. And now these two paths meet in the door of the truth. And Bhagavan is both Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and of course the Swarupam wise, Brahman is Krishna. Krishna is Brahman. The same Brahman, when it wants to bestow grace onto a devotee, takes that name and form and then blesses. That name and form which the Brahman takes is also eternal. Brahman obviously is eternal. And that is the beauty of these two paths. Both, Bhagavan puts a tick and says, both attain me, but both don't attain in the same way. This is what is called Kaivalyam or Atma Sakshatkaram. And this is what is called, Sarupyam, Salokyam, etc., where we want to do eternal service to this lovely little Krishna in that joy, where we cut all this out. And as just a small jiva, I still want that separation so that I can serve. You see, both are liberating. Both leads us to moksha. But the moksha state is where people debate. Okay. So as of now, let us assume this is Kaivalyam. Kaivalyam means absolute merger with universal consciousness, no identity, nothing. And this is what is called Vaikuntham or Golokam, where I am as a conscious being serving Bhagavan.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,